You know how some movies just age like fine wine? Yeah, for some reason, this isn't one of them. Hello, This my name is Daidarius, and welcome to the review of Ghostbusters 1984. Yeah, it's kind of fun that you need to add on the year it came out, but that's just how it goes, I guess. So Ghostbusters 1984 is it's kind of a weird movie, actually. Now, don't get me wrong, I have seen this movie before throughout my life, and I thought I wanted to review something before the Infinity War, but there is not that many movies that is interesting in cinema right now, so I had to go to Netflix, and I found Ghostbusters, and I thought, it's been a long time. Let's go watch that and then review it on this channel. That's what I'm doing. And with that brought some new perspective, I guess. So what you have is you have Dr. Venkman, who is doing some not that serious tests to see if psychic people exist. It doesn't even seem like that he believes that psychic people exist. No, it seems like he just wants an easy job so he can just do whatever he wants. And he is friends with Stan, who believes in ghosts and is working with Dr. Spengler to find or to prove that ghosts exist. And I don't get why he's supporting them. Yes, of course he is his friend, but why? He clearly doesn't believe it. Anyway, they go to this library and they found proof of a ghost, and their reaction of that is, how should I say it? Underwhelming. Just think about it. You just see materialized in front of you the evidence of an afterlife, the evidence of the undead, a ghost interacting with our plane. And the only thing they do is, so how are we gonna make contact? You have just seen proof of something that shattered our world view, and that's how you're gonna react? Just how you're gonna make contact? Just go over there and say hi, for fuck's sake. And that is one of this movie's many flaws. It doesn't introduce things well, and it doesn't really take its time to explain what the fuck is going on. And I know this might be because this is a movie of its time, but still, when you view it today, you need to put it up to today's standards at some point. I know I can just a movie on how it was made and how it looked. If it was made 30 or 40 years ago, I get that. But still, the narrational flow needs to be there. And okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So they found out that ghosts exist, and then they get suspended from the university, so they are no longer funded to do their research. So they do the only thing that makes sense. They go and become Ghostbusters. That's literally what they do. And from one day to another, they have bought a building, restored it, hired a new employee, created ghost traps. I don't know how the fuck that works, but they do mention something about electromagnetic fields or something in that category. But suddenly they have ghost traps and they have photon packs, nuclear reactors on their fucking back. They can shoot laser beam lassos that can trap ghosts and then, I don't know, help them get into the trap and then they can trap them. You don't see any of that development. It is just suddenly there. So now they just go and trap ghosts, and the movie kicks off from there, and it doesn't really kick off. Anywho, we find out that there is this demon entity coming to New York from Veneker's love interest, Dana, I think she's called, and they try to find out who Sue is, but it's put on the back burner because we need to see a montage of them catching, not catching the ghost, have caught the ghost. So yeah, as you can probably tell, I am not that big a fan of this movie. However, I do enjoy it, I do like it, but after I've not seen this movie for 10 or 15 years and see it with new eyes, with better understanding of how the movie works, it does really come short of presenting its premise. Here's what I mean. First of all, the characters, they are non-existing except for Veneker, who's a bit horny and doesn't really take anything serious. He's the only one really established. Anyone else, You don't know. You don't know what they are. Well, Spengler is a normal nerd. I won't say normal, but the stereotypical nerd. That's about it. You don't know anything about anyone. Next, there is the acting. The acting is stiff and sometimes borderline bad. You can just see that these actors didn't give a flying fuck for this movie because the setting is kind of weird, or it just seems like these actors didn't believe in this movie's story. So they don't give it anything. There are some point in this movie where they do give a little more fucks than usual, and you do have some comedic gold, but other times it just seems like there are three friends who just want to spend time together on screen but doesn't want to do the material justice. And then there's the story. What is the story? Well, they find out that ghosts exist, and for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason everyone just accepts that ghosts exist. Did I miss something? I mean, if you find out that ghosts really exist and the afterlife is real, I'm pretty sure that you will cover it on every news channel ever, and everyone will be freaking out because now their worldview is turned upside down. But here, it's the usual. Psst, I still need my time slot to see my favorite series, so get it out of here. Okay. Okay, fine. But yeah, the plot is just that they find out a way to capture ghosts, and then they go around town capturing a lot of ghosts, and then they kind of start wonder why do these ghosts suddenly appear in that magnitude. And there is something about this Sewell guy, but the movie doesn't invest time to investigate what the fuck is this Sewell thing. What is the point of the Sewell character and everything around that? The movie doesn't care. We need to see a montage of them capturing, or not them capturing ghosts. You don't see them capture many ghosts. You see them capture one ghost. Yeah, you actually see them capture one ghost, and that's it. And then there's the final. Anyway, you see them do that. Then you see them butt heads into this movie's villain, who is environmental something on stage, who needs to make sure they don't pollute the ground or anything. He releases the ghost, and then all shit gets real. The funny thing is, at the end of the movie, when they've defeated this demon guy, girl thingy, all the other ghosts still escaped, but you don't know what's gonna happen to them. You don't see them then dealing with that problem. That's too bad, New Yorkers. Just live with it. But then again, they don't care that they have seen that ghosts exist. It doesn't matter to them, so maybe it's okay. I don't know. So what good things can you say about this movie? Well, when the actors actually give a shit in their acting, you do feel the warm presence of a friendly bond that you don't get with every actor. It's actually quite rare to see that kind of bond. Unfortunately, it is almost never present. But when they are at top of that building, there are some shining moments. You also get some great effects. Well, there's these demon dogs who are especially poorly inserted into the movie. They look fake. They just look fake. They look fake when I was in school 15 years ago. They look fake then, and they look fake now. But all the proton packs, beams thingy, and everything else looks great, especially the ghost. The ghost is actually quite well made. They are just puppets that's been set into this movie, but it just works wonders. So the movie is pretty to look at. And then of course it has one of the best soundtrack songs ever with Who You Gonna Call Ghostbusters. But after that, it doesn't have really that much to offer. And it just breaks my heart because I remember this movie fondly. I remember it as being this hilarious comedy with these four friends who is just busting ghosts and then defeating demons, and everything is awesome. And then I just saw it recently, and it just turns out those are false memories. The fourth guy, I couldn't even tell you his name. I will need to look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, it's Sedmore. So Sedmore, what do we know about him? Nothing. He is introduced extremely late into the movie, where he finds this job opening at the Ghostbusters and he just wants a paycheck, so he goes with them. He has one scene with one of the other characters when discussing this sudden uprising of ghosts, and he just talks about some biblical stuff. And then you have the end scene where he's not really that present. He's not given that many lines of focus, so he's just thrown in there. So it's not four guys, it is three guys. Spender and Wegman, they don't really interact that much because they don't have a connection. So you actually just have two friends sometimes interacting, and that is it. Now, I can't deny the fact that this is a cult movie, and it is a cult movie for a reason. It's not because of the lackluster plot, it's not because of the lackluster acting, it's not because of the poorly storytelling. No, it's because of the universe it created. It created this universe with ghosts that you fight and capture with proton packs and put them in some ghost traps which you load into a ghost dimension thingy on your wall, and you go down a fire hose pole and you go in this, I can't remember what the car type is. Well, you go into that iconic car and you have the iconic tune. I understand that, and that is awesome, but still I was actually disappointed when I saw it. So I don't have much more to tell about the movie, except the fact that it ends extremely abruptly. They just defeat the final boss. I think you don't really understand what's going on, because they just cross the streams, you see this explosion, and then nothing happens. And they don't even fire at the demon. They fired at the gate, if I remember correctly. Didn't they? She vanished, and then she was ever present and they fired at the gate, and then the gates exploded and something. But anyway, they defeat the final boss, and then the movie just ends. You see the credits, and then they walk out from the tower and go and high-five everyone, because everyone likes them, even though they have never seen them capture ghosts. They have seen the aftermath of it. But so with all that said, I will have to say that Ghostbusters, the 1984 version, you should catch it on Netflix. My experience. Maybe I should just see Groundhog Day if I need to see a movie with Bill Murray. Yeah, I'm gonna see Groundhog Day. So, Ghostbusters 1984, have you seen it, and what do you think about it? If you haven't seen it, then I'm sorry I spoiled so much for you, but then again, it's a fucking old movie. Come on, get into the fight, man. Do you agree with me, or do you think I'm too cynical and just becoming a cynical old man? I don't know. Maybe I've just become too accustomed to excellent movie storytelling, and then the simpler ones just suffer. Or it might be that my nostalgia goggles has fallen off for this movie. I don't know. But whatever you think, comment around and read your thoughts. And as always, until I see you in the next video, remember to stay awesome. Bye! Okay, so we have this slot filled, and the next review will be Infinity War. I can link to that.